4 investments every real estate investor should be putting their money into. Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and this is not a financial advice, but in my opinion, in 2020 and going into the future, there should be 4 investments every real estate investor should be putting their money into. All right, so let's dive in. Number 1. Now, what I'm going to share with you does not sound logical. It's not going to sound like what everyone else tells you. But remember, when everyone goes zag, you got to go zig. When everyone goes right, you got to go left. And that's the way to success from every discipline. If you're going to be an investor, if you're going to be a martial artist, if you're going to be a bodybuilder, if you're going to be whatever, if you become a master and you ask that master, how did they become what they were? You're going to say, because they did things differently, and that's why they became a master. First, they learned the basics and they became excellent at it, but then they created their own way. So what I'm going to share with you right now is going to sound like not what everyone says, but that's why I believe, in my opinion, why every real estate investor should be doing this. Not financial advice, do your own homework, okay? Number 1, the very first thing that most real estate investors should be investing their money into is gold, okay? Now, I'm not going to be able to get into it too deep here, but if you don't know how our banking system works in America, in Canada, in Great Britain, most of these central bank owned fiat dollar creations, most of these bankers are taking advantage of the working class, the middle class, and that's why the founding forefathers said that there should not be a central bankers, there should not be fiat money in the Constitution. But simply put, if you don't know the petrodollar, if you don't know how money is created, you don't understand fractional reserve lending, then you need to do a lot of homework. But simply put, I think, in my opinion, that myself, every money I make, some of it is allocated to the precious metals, because that's the real money. What we print by the Federal Reserve, the dollar, in my opinion, is just a Ponzi scheme that's not backed by anything besides the belief of the world. And as more and more sanctions and more tariffs, and as more and more wars, as more and more expenditure by Big Brother, less and less countries are going to believe into our monetary system, which eventually is going to decay like all fiat money has decayed since the beginning of written history. So written history, way back, right? Way back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's move to number 2. What I think that most real estate investors should be investing in is Bitcoin, okay? Bitcoin. I know a lot of people don't understand it. When I first started, I thought Bitcoin was a scam. I didn't believe it either. But one of the great things with me is there's a lot of things I don't believe, but I'm willing to test that out. I'm willing to risk my money. I'm willing to do a small test pilot and make my own decisions. Because when I heard about Bitcoin, without even touching it or without doing any research, I said, oh man, this is a scam. And that's normal. When I heard about real estate in 2000, where you can buy houses with no money down, I thought it was a scam too, 2006, fourth quarter. But as more and more banks denied me for credit, even though I had great credit, I had a lot of money in the bank, but the crash had happened and there was a pullback of lending or credit because of the bankers of subprime mortgage-backed securities and all the craziness that went with that. So Bitcoin was something that, just like real estate, where I could buy a house by just taking over the seller's payments, or the seller's going to just become my private bank, I didn't believe in that. Just like I didn't believe in Bitcoin. But thank God I was able to have more awareness, insight, than to challenge my beliefs, because many of us will have a belief and we just say okay, but we're not willing to experiment with it. So I challenged my belief and tested out, see if I could get a deal in 2006, 2007, 2008 real estate crash, where the seller becomes my lender. And it worked. At first, I didn't believe it. Trust me, I thought it was a scam. Same thing with Bitcoin. When I learned about Bitcoin, it was roughly around $1,000 an ounce, so that I thought about getting into it, but I thought it was a scam. Then it shot up to 20 grand. And that's when I thought, when it comes back down, I'm gonna start doing my due diligence on it. And the more I studied it, the more I looked into it, the more research I did to it, the more I became a believer of the freedom that it brings to you, to me, decreasing Big Brother's power in a sense of just printing money, endless wars. And so I became a believer at it, and I started investing my money. And the more money I invested in it, the more believer that I became of it. Not because that, I invested in it because I wanted the money. Of course, I want to make money out of it. But I also invested in it because of the revolutionary idea of blockchains, decentralization, unsensible, right? Because you can't do that with anything today, okay? You can have money to your bank and Big Brother can freeze it. We saw that with Venezuela. We saw that with Iraq, where the council, the government voted to have our troops leave, but we said, no, if you want us to leave, we're going to seize your money. If you don't believe me, Google it. Okay, so I like Bitcoin. I think it's going to be the future. It's going to be a worldwide currency where it's borderless, because in my opinion, we live in a world of borderless commerce. And if we can simplify our money system, where in China and India and Iran, they all accept the same amount of currency, Bitcoin, then it's going to be revolutionary for freedom. It's going to be revolutionary for commerce, transactions. And I don't like sanctions and I don't like bombs. I like free trade. I like to get stuff from other countries, their food, their seasoning, their clothes, whatever I want. And I like free trade, because with free trade comes understanding. With understanding comes compassion. With compassion comes love. And then we can have a world peace situation versus, all the separation, okay? Which everyone having different money, us being the world reserve currency and extracting all the resources of all the other poorer countries like Africa, like Middle East, like, Latin America, I don't think it's cool, and it's caused millions of death, millions of refugees, millions of immigrants, and so on, okay? So number 2 is Bitcoin. Now pay attention to this one and the next 2, okay? They're very, very important. Number 3, the number 3 investment that I believe all real estate investors should invest in, okay, will put their cash in, is marketing. Guys, marketing is so important, because without leads, you just can't win, okay? Let me say that again. Without marketing, without leads, you cannot be in business. You will go bankrupt. I don't care what your level of education is. I don't care how your business cards looks like. I don't care how your website looks like. I don't care if you got a car wrap. I don't care if you got all the contracts. I don't care you got your S corporation or LLC or whatever. See, everyone says get all these things I just mentioned first. But I am the only guy that tells you generate the leads first. Because if you can't generate leads, there's no reason to spend money to get an LLC. There's no reason to get a business card, to get a logo, to create X, Y, and Z. Now, not financial advice, not an attorney. But as a successful entrepreneur, as a refugee to America, someone that has came and slept in his car to start a business with $100, I've owned it for 14 to 15 years, and I made multi-million dollars out of it, right? And then I gave it all up to the homeless, to do it again right now, once again. Okay, actually done it, this will be my 4th time. Okay, I've started 3 businesses that were, I started a lot of businesses, a lot of them failed. I had 3 successful businesses for 14, 15 years, debt free, no credit card, no bank loans, making millions of dollars, and no master. And I was willing to let it go. Why was I willing to let it go and help the homeless? Because I made me. The bankers didn't make me. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys, is how to fish for yourself so you don't have to stick your hand out. Okay, so the things that I'm teaching you right now, I believe, in my opinion, are revolutionary for you to be able to have freedom. Okay, not only today, but also tomorrow. Not only to make money, but also to protect your money. Okay. So number 3 was marketing, leads. If you cannot invest in your marketing, if you cannot invest in your leads, you better close the door. Now, marketing happens 2 ways, right? You have the paid, which I'm a fan of, everyone talks about, but you also have the free, which I'm the master of. Because I came to America as a refugee with no money. I had to become really master of generating something out of nothing, which is marketing. And if you're interested on learning how to do the marketing for free, I have a lot of courses. I have coaching to help you with that. One of the courses that I have right now is called 39 No Fluff Marketing, which teaches you 39 ways to generate leads for free or almost for free. And right now you can get it for just 19 bucks at myrealestatedojo.com, guys. 19 bucks. I sell it normally for 300 bucks. It has everything you need. But if you don't put money in marketing, if you don't invest free ways to generate leads, like people say, well, what is a good free way, Mike? Well, Flipping Wednesdays. It's a rock killer. Look all the reviews. Look all of my students. When my students join the profit sharing coaching that I have, everyone uses the Flipping Wednesdays because it doesn't cost any money, and then you generate leads right now, not next year, right now. You can talk to sellers right now. And when you talk to sellers, what should you ask them? The Ninja Phone Script, ladies and gentlemen, Ninja Phone Script. You can download all that stuff at My Real Estate Dojo, okay, myrealestatedojo.com. So that said, what is the number 4th investment all real estate investors should invest in? Okay, and this is very important. Okay, what do you think it is? What do you think? Leave a comment below. Okay, leave a comment below. But I'll tell you right now, in my opinion, the 4th most important thing is to invest in yourself. Okay, to invest in yourself, because you have to become a master. Like I became a master of creating businesses with no money. Okay, I've done it in my moving company. I did it with my brokerage firm, Plug-in Realty, when I had it, before I closed it down and give all my stuff to the home, or most of my stuff to the homeless. Okay, I did it with Mr. Investor when I invested in rental properties. Okay, and I took over mortgages. I found owner financing deals. I wholesale deals. Not really that much wholesaling, but I did wholesale by helping my students. So I became a master of that. Now, if you want to become a master of real estate investing or a master of your dreams, you got to become a master of what you do. You can't just do that one kick one time. You got to, like Bruce Lee says, you got to do that one kick 10,000 times, because then you become a master. So if you're not investing in yourself, then you're not becoming a master. The reason, now I'm not going to say it's easy to go and, give all your stuff up and go homeless at 40 years old, guys. It's not easy, especially with like having 2 kids, and like I didn't think I was gonna have kids. That's why I give my stuff up. If I knew I was gonna have kids, I would have kept my rentals, I would have kept my businesses, right? But I thought I was just gonna be a single guy without kids, so I decided to give all my stuff up like Buddha, like Jesus, to the homeless, and go homeless myself, so I could understand the meaning of life. Because accumulation and having businesses and getting more rentals, buying $100,000 cars, buying $25,000 motorcycles, buying stuff, not trying to flatter you, didn't make me happy. So that's why I give my stuff up. But I wouldn't have done it if I knew I was gonna have kids. But I didn't know. I don't have a crystal ball. So on my journey of going homeless, I realized that the importance of having a family and having kids. Okay, so I don't encourage anyone to give up their stuff and go homeless, because this is extremely hard. But one thing I can tell you that is, if you have the calluses, if you have the scars, you've been in the field, you know how to get back into the ring and be your dreams, right? Is it work? Yes. You got to get into training. You got to do all the sit-ups and the push-ups and burn your muscles, and it's extremely hard. And that's why no one does it. No one creates himself a little mega fortune or whatever riches or their dreams and just gives it away. No one does that. But the people that do it are the ones that can replicate, because they didn't learn it from a book. They got it because they got the calluses. They were in the gyms doing it. And so what I'm trying to teach you is, if you're not investing in yourself and you're buying stuff, then you're making someone else rich. Right? What kind of stuff are you buying? A lot of people go every weekend and drink alcohol. They go eat out, or they go and get the newest earphones, or the newest, like, I have students that are in my profit sharing. Of course, I kicked out, but instead of making calls, or instead of doing flipping Wednesdays, or instead of talking to sellers, they're out there shopping. And then they come Saturdays and say, look, man, I didn't have any leads. Well, it's very simple. If you don't have leads, you don't give offers, you're not going to get deals. I don't give a root size what kind of college degree you have, or what your color of your skin is. It's pretty simple. No leads, no deals. You got to give leads, you got to give offers to be able to get a deal. So I have so many students that make good money and they don't do the work, and instead of being honest with themselves, they go and consume to make themselves feel good because they got the nearest Apple earpiece, or newest this or newest that. So if you want to be your dreams, you can't be a consumer. You got to be a producer, right? You got to be a producer. If you're consuming, then you're not producing. It's as simple as that. And the more you consume is because it's a drug, right? It makes you feel good for stuff you didn't do, you knew you should have done. So to summarize it up, 4 investments every real estate investor should be putting their money into. Number 1, gold, real money. 2, Bitcoin, the future of money, the future of freedom. 3, marketing their business. And then 4, they got to put that money back into themselves versus consumption, guys, and buying stuff and consuming. All right, guys, what I want you to do is let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think the 4 investments should be? Do you agree with me? Leave a comment below. By the way, click the like button. And before I get out of here, remember, I'm having the biggest sale at myrealestatedojo.com. You can get my $500 courses for less than $100, guys. You can get right now one of my top selling, one of my newest things that I created, which is an 8-hour long all-day seminar, right? 8 hours long, where we talk to real sellers over the phone live. And you get to listen to that. You get to listen to us talking to sellers, filtering them out, asking them the questions, giving offers, negotiating. I mean, what is better than that? Because you can go to a seminar and read a book, but don't you want to be in the trenches and listen to someone actually talking to a seller, asking them the questions? And on top of that, I'm helping, and you can hear the coaching on top of that, and you get 8 hours worth of training. Right now you can get it for $297. It's a new course at My Real Estate Dojo. It sells for $4,000. You can get it right now for $297. That's over 98% off, guys, right? If I'm doing the math right, okay? So myrealestatedojo.com, I highly recommend download that. If you never bought anything from me, download that product. And then let me know what you think, because I know it's going to change your life. It's a game changer. It doesn't matter if you're new or if you're a pro. If you listen to this course, which is 8 hours long, we talk to sellers, it's going to change your life. It's going to take your game to the next level. I guarantee it, right? If you take action. Now, if you don't take any action, it's not going to work. Let me just be honest with you. If you don't take action, nothing will work underneath the moons and the stars. If you want the moon and stars to line up for you, you got to take action. Simple. Guys, much love. Click the like button, leave the comment, go to the website, support the site, show me some love, click the like button. Peace.